Good morning, and I can just about squeeze in a good morning because it's 5 to 12. I've been doing a couple of bits and pieces. I've got the water in the IBCs just pumping around, being pre-filtered before I start connecting the sediment filters and things which I mentioned on the previous video. And also on a previous video we mentioned about the drainage around the house, which is one of the important jobs which is going to be coming up soon. So before starting to dig around the house to make drainage, we need somewhere for the water to go. And for a long time we've said about this area between these two outbuildings. So this is where I am. If you come out the back door, you've got the driveway there. And then we have what used to be called the sink back in the day. We call it the alley. And that was all overgrown with vegetation when we first got here, and over time we've cleared it to end up with lots and lots of giant stones. We're presuming they're from this building here. One of the ladies who did live here previously said that they used to hop across the top of the stones of whatever this area was, but just on the other side of it is the start of the ditch. So in our mind it makes perfect sense to take any water we get down the side of the house and down the back, and any water we get along from the front of the house and down the side, to run along through the outbuildings and straight into the ditch. So my job for today is to start moving some stones, and believe it or not, I have a plan which for me is unheard of, because I don't normally do plans, I wing it as I go. So the idea is, the decking boards have just been there because they're out the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the decking boards out the way and then put one along here so the wheelbarrow can go forward as far as it can. I can load the wheelbarrow with a few stones at a time because they weigh a ton. We've got somewhere to put those already. Once I've cleared that section, move forward and clear the top that way. Once I've cleared the top stones, I thought if I start lifting buried stones from the far end, I'm then not having to jump down into a stepped area, if you like. But we'll see how it goes. But the size of these stones are incredible. Let's show you this one. Let's have a look. I've not got the biggest of feet, but it dwarfs my foot. And the really scary one, let me get to the very end, and it may stay there. So this is where we are. There's Dawn over there doing what Dawn does. She's just finishing off removing the dirt from the side of that building over there, and then we can work on getting it flat.
Have a look at the ivy.
Have a look at the ivy. I'm coming over. Oh, oh dear.
Just because when we do get the bottom removed, it's going to look amazing.
It will look lovely. So this is, you can see where the dirt was coming up to, where we've cut that ivy off, because those roots were then coming into the bank of dirt. And as we go along, that's just ivy.
And lots of it.
It's incredible. So Dawn's breaking the roots away, and then we'll slowly cut that away as well.
There's so much of it.
There's loads of it. And that was the gully, or not a gully, it's I don't know what it is.
No.
It's a hole which looks like where the slurry would come out of. But again, as I said on our previous video, we're not digging that out. We're not doing digging. So that's what Dawn's up to. Yeah, since we came back off
Stopped now.
off our break, we got back and the cuckoos had started, which was really nice. And the swallows are back. So they've done their 2,000, 3,000 mile journey and they're back with us. Yeah, budgies. They sound like budgies when they sit on the electric wire singing. So that's for today, or today and tomorrow, or as long as it takes really. I was going to show you this big stone, which may stay there. That is a monster. That's probably 2 foot long, 9 inches deep, 9 inches wide. I couldn't even hazard a guess as to what it weighs. I certainly won't be able to lift it on my own. But they did it in the past. Like this one. That's the same sort of size. They're monstrous. But that's the plan. Get rid of the surface stones. And then we can start looking at putting a proper channel in. So as the water comes down the side of the house, it goes straight into the ditch behind me. There's lots of little fillers, which is why we're presuming it's off this building on my right. I think we've said before that this building isn't on a lot of the more modern maps, but it is on the very, very old map, and we wonder if it's older than the other outbuildings. I think the best we can do with this one is lime it and keep it as it is. We don't know how it was. It was possibly a cottage which went long ways that way into the farmers next door. But the ivy, the rain on the lime, some of the wall on the inside, because there's two walls with rubble in between, that started to collapse. So we really do think the best we can do is lime it and make it as good as possible. It's not doing anyone any harm by being there. Right, that one scares me. That one in there scares me just as much, I think. And the one you can't see scares me. They all scare me. They're all big, very, very big. So maybe I'll do a little bit of raking of this topsoil, move that out the way and see what's below it. The camera's sat on that huge stone at the end and a big stone underneath it, and just below the camera I found a pile of fillers, a filler stone, so we don't know how deep this goes. So it's a start. After doing some raking of the soil that was between the top stones, I've ended up with a small pile of stones, soil, a little bit of rubbish. Rubbish obviously goes in the rubbish bag. The soil is the issue, as you know. We have lots of soil and it's finding places to put it. So a little bit of a deviation. You know, we always say about the knock-on effect of, to get from A to F, you've got to jump through a load of hoops and go backwards and forwards in preparation. Well, so as you know, we uncovered all of this, which then had the huge knock-on effect of needing somewhere to put all of the soil, which was going to be raised beds. The exposing of this took a lot longer, so now it just looks like 5 piles of dirt. Dawn is on this side, and believe it or not, from what didn't look like a lot of dirt, turned out to be a lot of dirt. To be able to get this side so it looks in a finished acceptable state, we need somewhere to put the dirt. For me to get the alley cleared, we need somewhere to put the dirt. So this is how it's going to go. We have too many bits not finished because something needs doing somewhere else before it can be finished. This chipping still needs doing. The chipping is going to be done today. So the chipper's ready. This pile's going to go. The dead hedge is still over there, so that's absolutely fine. That's there ready to be used, and we've got a ton of stuff that can be used for dead hedges down the bottom as well. So once, sorry, I'm swinging you all over the place. So once this is chipped, which also gives us the nice side effect of we can refresh all of the wood chip paths. I'm going to put a couple of bits of corrugated steel here up against the trees. I'm then going to move the pile of soil from up by Dawn, because Dawn's nearly finished clearing along the bottom of that outbuilding, apart from the pile of ivy. I'm going to move that down to here. That then opens up us being able to move these 5 raised beds, which we're not ready for raised beds. We just needed somewhere to put the soil, and that was going to be the next step. We're not ready for raised beds. We've got outbuildings to do. We've got stuff inside the house to do. We've missed the window really for planting. We believe, I'm sure somebody will tell us different, and that's absolutely fine. If you know we haven't missed the window and you could say you could plant X, Y, Z at the end of May, that's great. That's the plan. Chip, move the soil from Dawn's area to here, then that gives me somewhere for clearing out the alley to put my soil. So that's what's happening.
So we are starting our gardening adventure. We've got a lovely little pop-up greenhouse which has our strawberries from Woodies, some cucumbers that I've just sowed today, and then a couple of tomatoes from a few weeks ago. Very cool.
So there we go, a mass of wood chipped and some top-ups on the path where it always gets boggy when it rains, so that's been topped up. Then a quick mow, and then I think I showed you that I don't know how many wheelbarrows worth of soil Dawn had found at the bottom of the walls, but there they are, and it was 22 barrow loads. So where we did have a, for the first time ever, exposed area,
Nice and tidy.
it was nice and tidy.
Not anymore.
It's now got some, it is lovely soil though.
Yeah, it is.
We think there was some old fertiliser in it as well. And then just walking back again, the chippings, which was making the space for the soil, just gone down just to freshen up the paths again. Now over to Dawn.
Over to me.
Because what we thought was just going to be a quick job really, wasn't it? Just to scrape back the soil from the base of the wall on this building.
Bits and pieces.
Turned into 20 plus wheelbarrows of soil.
But as a result,
The whole
it's now all flat.
the whole of the bottom of this wall is exposed.
Yeah, the soil's still here, but this, we guess, is bedrock,
Yeah.
because it seems to go all the way along, doesn't it? Like it does in the
Yeah,
gully
right,
of that
yeah,
one.
coming out of that gully is just bedrock. Unfortunately, and it's a double-sided edge really, because we've got now the bags of rubbish and bits and pieces up against the wall, so we can't see the wall.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is,
Yeah.
we don't have the bags just randomly in the way.
This is now flat. We've never seen it flat.
No.
This whole lot is now flat.
Let's have a look.
Where shall I stand?
You stand there, that's great. So that is a lot of work, a long time, but it's getting there. The only downside to it all is this huge pile of ivy and vegetation. Yeah, still got that patch in the corner, which was the roots and could be supporting.
Yeah, so we've left that for the time being. That's, we're guessing, all the roots from the ash tree that was stood there
Yeah, it's
in that pile,
it's-
so it's not going to be an easy
it's pure roots, isn't it?
pull away. Yeah.
And it's the steptoe and sun corner as well at the
Yeah,
moment.
that's all my treasures.
Yeah, but the window's tidy.
Yeah, I cleaned the window out, cleaned
Yeah.
the window out of the other one.
And
But just overall, it's nice to be able to look at it,
yeah,
and you can see the base of each building now.
it
and
is lovely.
That's really nice.
And once we get rid of
And we
that,
pretend that's not there.
yeah, we ignore that. Once that's gone, it will look lovely.
Mm.
And then sort of the next stage on from exposing the bottoms of the wall will be sorting some drainage
Yeah.
in all of this soil.
Yeah, because at the moment there's not been lots and lots of rain, so this is fairly dry.
It is,
But
it's-
as soon as we have a couple of days of prolonged rain,
Yeah,
This
this
bit's not too bad.
no, this underfoot here, you can see where the sun's been on it today, it's
Yeah.
dried out. But this darker patch, the best way we could explain that is the bedrock has formed like a rock pool.
Yeah.
When the tide comes in, it fills it full of water, but when the tide goes out, it stays there.
It's just staying.
And
we see that
yeah,
in the
so
soil, don't we?
so this area, we're definitely going to have to dig this out to see how far down the bedrock is and how much water it collects. Maybe gravel's a solution in there, but it's certainly not soil, is it?
No, I don't. I think even if we was to seed it, a bit like over there, it's seeded and it looks wonderful.
Nice
on
and
the
nice
camera.
and nice and green.
On the videos, it looks wonderful, and it is. It's lovely and green, but it's filled
With
full of
water,
water.
yeah,
It
absolutely
never,
full.
never drains away. It will dry out when there's been lots of dry days, but the minute it rains,
It's full of water
it's just
again.
full. And this is what would happen here if we seeded this. It's
Yeah.
the same issue, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's this area. So now this huge pile of soil's gone, and the chipping was done over there to make way for the huge pile of soil. We can go back to where the ditch will run to.
Yes. It's
Which-
what we've been doing
yeah.
today. Well, you started.
I started the other day, then came out to move the soil,
Yeah,
didn't I, and
'cause
do
there
that
was
bit
nowhere
of
to put
chipping.
This soil.
So we're coming at it from the other end to the other day. As you saw, I took some stones out in various places, raked back. Dawn's got rid of that pile today. And now we're on to taking out more stones and more soil. And this, as I said before, will form the drainage coming down the side of the house, down between the outbuildings and into the ditch which I'm stood on. Remember a few minutes ago, which it probably was a few minutes ago, the one stone that was there? That's it. I said I didn't think I'd be able to lift it, and I can't lift it. It was rolled. We got it out of this corner and I rolled it, and Dawn helped, and we think it's a lintel from the window, or a window,
Yeah.
a door. The width of it looks like a window. Thanks Mitch for that. He pointed out it was only wide enough for a window, but that one is monstrous and weighs a ton. So that's what we're doing. We're trying. We really want by the end of today to have as much of this dug out as possible, because then we can move on to the getting rid of the green up the side of the house and away from the walls. So that's what we're on. That's another ridiculous way.
Yeah.
For anyone who hasn't seen previous videos, let me try and show you. So just below the camera, all the way down here is a ditch. And that ditch runs the full length of our land and out at the very bottom right hand corner into the field behind us. Now when it rains, the rain gathers around the house and runs off the road, so we've made a little bit of a channel just to direct that water, and it always wants to run to in between these two buildings, and then it seems to disappear and you never see the water again until it comes out a little bit further down the ditch, and we believe it's being caught in between these two buildings. So as I said at the start of the video, before we go on to moving the water from around the house and there's nowhere for it to go, it's important we clear this little bit out and extend the ditch, so then all of the water around the house can be diverted to this ditch and away from the house and the buildings. We weren't expecting the huge stones that are in there.
Right, sorry, but you're not as interesting as a swallow up there. Is it a swallow?
Yeah.
I've got to get, I can't see, oh yeah. See if I can zoom in on him. There he is. Oh, Robin felt left out. Did you hear it behind me?
No.
Yeah. I can't see. I'm just going to poke in there. Look at that. You can't really appreciate it on this little screen, I must admit, but that is huge.
I think the second I try to lift it up, it's going to sit back in here.
It's a big beast, isn't it?
A little bit. It's not as big as that one.
No, it's not, is
No,
it?
it felt it.
Just more awkward. Right. Success. Winner.
It's equivalent to one of these.
Yeah.
And we thought they'd be heavy.
But
not that heavy.
No. They look quite small when they're on the ground.
Tiny,
yeah.
they?
It makes you look like you're a proper
Weakling.
weakling, but they are.
May as well move this one.
Is that one coming backwards as well?
Yeah. You know about it when it's on your foot though.
Oh. Do you know what I was thinking earlier? I was taking them out of the barrow to put them on that pile. I was thinking, please don't slip and squash my finger. Because there won't be much of your finger left, would there? That was what went through my mind when I was getting them out the barrow.
Bricks are bad enough, aren't they?
Yeah. And I was thinking that there's going to be not much left of your finger if that happens.
No, bricks are bad enough.
We roll it. Nice. That's how they made Stonehenge.
Picking them up.
Yeah, just picked them up on their shoulders.
I don't think realistically
That they did.
that this is going to get finished today.
No.
No.
Let's see what we've got so far.
You got a bit?
Oh, sorry about my cracking knees as I knelt down then. Yeah,
It's a start.
it's a start.
And that's a bit lower that side. Not
Yeah.
really- not like this.
No.
I should have started this end instead of me starting that end. It was Dawn's idea to start this end today. It was my idea to start that end the other day.
But in your defence, this is the ditch end, so it's not the nicest to
No,
be
it's not.
wandering through, is it? So,
No. But we've been lucky, it's been dry.
yeah.
Been dry. I can't remember the last time it rained. We had a little bit overnight.
Yeah.
Not last night, the night before, but not a lot.
No, I think we've just had not so much in the day, but overnight, luckily.
It's just, they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's it'll be nice when it's done. That should be our new motto.
It'll be nice when
It'll be
it's
lovely
done.
when it's done.
It took
yeah.
longer than we thought,
Yeah.
but it'll be lovely when it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our new motto.
We'll start saying that from last June.
Mm.
It's going to take a long time, but it'll be lovely when it's done. So, I think that's it for today,
I think so too.
because I've run out of breath.
I can't
voice.
speak.
Right,
So yeah,
let's do this bit.
this bit.
This bit.
That means it's a flicky around, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. So we've got a lot done. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, we got a lot done this week.
We have, yeah. And
That bit over there just being flat
yeah.
is, or level. Flat, it's not level, it goes down, it's flat.
It is flat, yeah.
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah, it's not level because of the bedrock,
Yeah.
but it is flat.
We've got somewhere again to put the dirt,
Yes.
and then this. Once this is done, we can start clearing around the house
Yep.
and start looking at the drainage to divert it all down
Yep.
here. And you might even get to start your outbuilding.
Yeah, I'm excited about starting that.
And I haven't found my shaver yet, my spare one.
No.
Sorry,
oh no,
Simon.
the other one exploded, didn't
Yeah,
it?
and it's somewhere.
Yeah.
So thank you very, very much for watching. We haven't found a format yet for our weekly videos. I'm sure
No,
we'll slip into one.
It's going to be hit and miss until we decide, because we've never done, I don't think anyway, one a week.
What-
We've been
yeah,
a bit
one-
all over the
yeah.
place from the very beginning. So now we need to be like professional YouTubers
Yeah.
and know what we're doing.
Yeah, because we're doing a bit of this, a bit of that. We've always had a big something to do
Yeah.
from start to finish. These are just little bits, so you might have little bitty videos. But we'll see what we can do
Yeah.
and see.
And once we get started on the outbuildings, then
Yeah,
it'll be a little bit more,
structured
and
Yeah.
consistent.
and not bits of this and bits of that. But thank you very much for sticking with us.
Yes.
And we will see you next week.
Next
Saturday.
Saturday,
Yeah,
yes.
Saturday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.